And our tail of the tape for our first bout as we get ready here. Looking at the stats, you know they're pretty even across the board. Matt Jones has a 1 inch height advantage, couple pounds that is, and a couple on the reach there. Definitely has the pro experience, but Chris Bateman, not a shabby fighter as well. How's this one going to go? We are going to find out here in just a minute. I mean, you see the stats right in front of us, Mitch. Fairly even for the most part, tipped slightly towards Matt Jones.
Yeah, you know, they're both, this is a good, strong weight class. You know, it's 145ers. It's a tough weight class. You have speed and strength. And, you know, and actually both these guys are actually pretty tall for 145ers. Looks like you might have a little Vaseline in the eyeball or something. So what happens here, what you're looking at here is the corners can't apply the Vaseline to the fighter's face. It's actually the commission, the Idaho State Athletic Commission actually supplies a guy that does that, so there's no funny business going on.
All right, and we are going to step aside. We are going to head cage side, head into the cage for the official announcements with ring announcer Britt Talbert. Britt?
Feel like happiness is the truth because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what.
And now, fight fans, let's meet our fighters for our first professional fight of the night. First, fighting out of the red corner. After setting the record for the fastest win in Front Street Fights history, he makes his pro debut with us here tonight, weighing in at 142.5 pounds. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, representing Team Davis MMA and Muay Thai from Idaho Falls, Idaho. I give you Chris, the Honey Badger, Bateman. And fighting out of the blue corner to my left, he comes into this fight with a record of 1 win against 1 defeat. He weighs 144.5 pounds, stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He represents Combat Fitness and Straight Blast Gym, Idaho. This is Matt, the Stripling Warrior Jones. Our referee for our first pro fight of the night is Mr. Rulin Day. And now, fight fans, here we go with our first downtown throwdown.
All right, here we go. The waiting is over. It is Chris Bateman. It is Matt Jones. The action about to get underway right now. Rulin Day checking the fighters, and we are underway in round 1. Now, in the pro portions of the card, round time goes up to 5 minutes, so definitely stamina could play a factor here.
Had a little slip go there from Chris.
Hands up! Hands up!
Both guys comfortable
Catches
throwing
that
kicks.
knee. Catches that kick, able to force
More
it
kicks
away.
than punches this so far.
And this is how Chris Bateman won that fight in 26 seconds. Caught his opponent on a shoot, able to lock in a choke there.
Chris is doing good, you know, throwing a lot of knees and actually fighting for position.
Doing a good job right now, not letting Matt Jones really sink in that hold yet. Trying to spin out of it. Matt trying to get the back position, not quite able to do that. Chris Bateman so far doing a really good job of spinning out of the way of control
Matt with
on
the
Matt.
head and arm toss. That was a good head and arm toss by Matt Jones. Let's see if he's going to go for this this arm and guillotine. No, he's spinning to the back, which is a wise decision. Now he's looking for the hooks like we talked about earlier. And he should be threatening the choke at the same time he's trying to put those hooks in. So it's kind of like a double threat.
Minute 10 into this first round between Chris Bateman and Matt Jones. Definitely, I think at this point, both fighters wanting to slow down the pace. They got their first wave offenses out of the way. Want to settle it down. Again, stamina, as we mentioned, going up to 5 minutes. At some point, you got to slow it down just a little bit.
You know, and the slight edge goes to Matt Jones right now, not only because he's at the dominant position, but also because they're still sticky. You know, they're not sweaty yet. And, you know, this early in the fight, you know, his legs and his arms don't slide that much, which gives Matt Jones the advantage being on the back.
And he's got the hooks in. He's not letting Chris spin out of whatever he wants to escape really right now. Trying to lock in a little bit of a choke. Can't tell from our advantage if he has a hold. Referee Rulin Day doing a good job.
I think it's just
sure.
across his face. Oh, there's a tap.
There's a tap. Wow. That comes as a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell the look on Chris Bateman's face. Matt Jones, great job of getting that back position and finally hooking in. Like, we couldn't really tell from our vantage point if he was able to get it under his chin. Obviously did at some point.
Yeah, you know, from where I was looking, you know, it looked like he had a lot of space underneath his chin, which you know, if it wasn't a choke, it could have been just a face crank, what's called a face crank. So, you know, he could have had the choke across just his face and, you know, applied that pressure. But, you know, I don't know if it was actually a choke or if it was a face crank. So we'll see here.
And you can see in the replays right here, it almost looks like maybe at this point Chris Bateman's got his his chin tucked in. There we go. Take a look from this vantage point, a better view. Definitely he's getting that locked in there. You can tell at that point it's pretty much under the chin. And those hooks, as we mentioned, he limited the mobility of Chris Bateman. Chris not able to use his body to get out of it, and just at that point runs out of air and has to give it up, live to fight another day.
Right, and ultimately where he went wrong, you know, in hindsight, is when he's in that turtle position and he's got his back taken. There's very few escapes from escaping the hooks there. So really, what needs to happen is he needs to roll to his back and then escape
Great
from there.
display of sportsmanship right there. Tip of the cap from Matt Jones to Chris Bateman. We know the winner of this one. We are just waiting for the official announcement to get here for exact timing as Britt Talbert makes his way into the cage. We'll step aside for the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for these two fighters here tonight? And we do have a winner via tap out in the first round via rear naked choke, improving his record to 2 wins against 1 defeat from the blue corner. It's Matt, the Stripling Warrior Jones. Matt, real quick, if we can have a word with you here. Fighting a young man making his pro debut tonight, what did you know about him?
I knew he was a Muay Thai fighter, that's it. I know he tapped out one of my ex-teammates in the first round with a guillotine, so I was a little nervous about that as well, but that's all I've known.
How do you like the promotion here? Front Street Fights back here, you pick up your 2nd win?
Yeah, I feel really blessed to be on this promotion. Front Street's by far the best promotion I've ever fought for, and I've fought in multiple states. You guys treat us right, very professional. It's really good.
Tell us what's next for Matt Jones.
I'm hoping to, discuss some things with my team and keep moving forward. A bigger organization possibly, sign a multi-fight contract here at Front Street. There's many paths I can take. They're all good. I want to be in this sport for the longevity, so.
And of course, we know you're not here without your family and friends. Who do you want to thank here before we let you go?
There's too many of you here, but just give me some love right now. I really appreciate it. I train very hard daily. I work a full-time job, and I got my daughter, and MMA is just another thing on top of that. So I really appreciate everybody coming out and showing your support. This is a big dream that I'm trying to pursue. And I couldn't do it without everybody here.
Matt Jones, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our first pro fight tonight.
Congratulations goes out to Matt Jones via rear naked choke. He picks up his 2nd pro win over Chris Bateman.